I'm 87 years old, and if there's one thing I know for sure, it's that I spent most of my life being proud of all the wrong things. The big house, the fancy car, the title on my business card, I thought that was success. I thought that was what made a life. Now, sitting here with more yesterdays than tomorrows, I see how foolish I was. I am going to tell you what I wish someone had told me when I was your age. This isn't some motivational speech. This is the hard truth from someone who's lived it. And it might just save you a lifetime of regret. Let's talk about time. When you're young, you think it's an infinite resource. You say, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll travel next year, I'll call them next week. But tomorrows run out. Next year's become last year's, and next week. Well, sometimes it never comes. I spent my 20s and 30s chasing promotions, working 60, 70 hours a week. I told myself I was building a future. I was building a foundation. But what I was really doing was trading priceless moments for a few extra dollars that I couldn't even remember spending. I missed my son's first steps because I was on a conference call. I missed my daughter's piano recital because I had a critical deadline. These moments are ghosts now. They haunt me. You can always make more money, but you can never, ever get back a single moment you've lost. The clock only ticks forward. So please, don't squander your time. Be present. That dinner with your parents, that lazy Sunday with your kids, that coffee with a friend, that is the real stuff of life. Not the spreadsheets, not the meetings, not the climb up some corporate ladder that leads to an empty room at the top. And that brings me to relationships. I was so proud of my network. I knew all the right people, the executives, the influential players in my industry. I collected contacts like they were trophies. But when my wife got sick, not a single one of them showed up at the hospital. The people who did, my quiet neighbor who I barely spoke to, who brought over soup every single day. My sister, who I'd been meaning to call more often, who dropped everything to sit with me for hours. The friends from my youth, who I had unseen in years, but who drove across the state just to give me a hug. I had spent my life nurturing connections that were a mile wide and an inch deep. I neglected the relationships that were truly deep, the ones that anchor you in the storms of life. Don't make my mistake. Your true wealth isn't in your bank account or your contact list. It's in the people who would show up for you at 3 a.m. with no questions asked. Cherish them. Nurture those bonds. Call your mum. Forgive that old friend. Tell the people you love that you love them, and tell them often. Pride and ego will keep you lonely. Love and vulnerability will keep you rich in what truly matters. Let's talk about regrets. My biggest regret isn't a business deal I lost or an investment that went south. It's the I love yous I didn't say. It's the trips I didn't take. It's the passions I didn't pursue because I was too scared of failing or what people would think. I always wanted to learn to play the guitar. I bought one when I was 40. It sat in a corner collecting dust for decades because I told myself I was too old, too busy, too untalented. What a waste. Who cared if I was any good? The joy is in the trying, in the learning, in the strumming of a clumsy chord. Don't let fear write your life story. Fear is a terrible author. It will write a story that is safe and small and full of missed opportunities. Be brave, be foolish. Sing off-key, dance when there's no music. Try that new thing you're terrible at. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. The only real failure is a life lived in the bleachers, too afraid to get on the field and play the game. I would give anything to go back and be a little less successful and a lot more courageous. Now, about success. Society has a very narrow definition of it, doesn't it? It's about money, power, fame. I bought into it hook, line, and sinker. I chased it relentlessly. And I got it. I had the respect of my peers, the admiration of strangers. I was proud. But it was a hollow pride. It was like eating cotton candy. Looks big and impressive, but it dissolves into nothing the moment you taste it, leaving you just as hungry as before. True success isn't something you achieve, it's something you feel. It's the peace you feel at the end of the day, knowing you were kind. It's the joy you see in someone else's eyes because you helped them. It's the satisfaction of creating something, anything, with your own 2 hands. It's laughing so hard your stomach hurts. It's watching a sunset and feeling a sense of awe. I spent decades building an impressive resume, and I should have been building a life filled with these simple, profound moments. Those are the things that sustain you. Those are the things you'll remember on your deathbed. So what's the lesson in all this? What do I want you to take away from this old man's ramblings? It's simple. Stop being proud of the wrong things. Be proud of your character, not your car. Be proud of your kindness, not your career achievements. Be proud of the love you give, not the attention you get. Be proud of the moments you show up for others. I was so busy making a living that I forgot to make a life. Please, don't let that be your story. It's not too late for you. Whether you're 20 or 40 or 60, you still have time. You have time to change course. You have time to call that friend. You have time to learn that new skill. You have time to forgive, to love, to live. Don't waste it. Don't wake up at 87 full of what-ifs and I wish I hads. Live a life that, when you look back, you won't need to impress anyone. A life where the only approval you need is from the person you see in the mirror. A life that is authentic, and messy, and beautiful, and yours. That is a life to be proud of. And that's the only kind of pride that truly matters in the end. Thank you for listening to me. I truly hope this helps even one of you. If this resonated, subscribe for more real stories and real advice. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and tell me what lesson hit you the hardest. What's one thing you might change after hearing this? I read every single one, and your stories mean the world to me. Thanks for watching.